Okay, g'day. Here we are, Playdace coming to you on ABK Cashflow. And um, my daughter is coming to an age now where she's not old enough to trade on her own, but I might be able to set her up a trading account through a trust and have her trade supervised, if you know what I mean. Um, and then, so just like any young people that are interested, or any older people that are new, um, I think that a good simple way to start learning trading or start doing trading. I mean, obviously, I think you should pick a good course and you should do it. And like I said, a course that I think is really good is if you go to the Cashflow Academy. I think that course is really good. It never tells you what to do. All it does is teach you all the bits and pieces so you can work out what to do yourself and how to do it yourself. And so, just like I'm going to say now, it's not what you should do or what to do. It's just what I found is probably the easiest way to get started. So, so for my daughter, she likes Jeep, the vehicle, yeah. So best thing to do is find out what you like. Maybe start with something you like, um, and then find out how it is listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So what code does it use? I think Jeep actually is owned by a company that's not called Jeep. It's I think Chrysler perhaps or something around. But anyway, you'd go to and find out um, how it's listed on the exchange. But let's say it is Jeep, right? And you like it. And also, you want something because if you're not starting with too much money, um, you know, ideally you'd want a stock that's at least greater than $10. I think less than that. Well, yeah, could be less than that. But anyway, I'd say, if you had 5 grand to play with, well, you wouldn't want a stock that was more than, say, $30. Because as you start off, what'll happen is you'll trade options around your stock, you know, and you'll learn to know what they are bit by bit. But you'll trade options around your stock that you don't mind owning. You like the company, you think it's pretty good, and you think it'd be all right. And when you trade options, it always ends up being in 100 lots of stock. So 100 times one stock. So um, the best way to do it is now options is the way you make options. You sell either an option, a call option. Let's say this is where let's say the stock price is right here at the moment. If you sell a call option, you'd be selling an option above the current stock price, which means that you would agree to sell when it gets to this price here, above the current price. Or you would sell a put option, which means you would agree to buy when it's below. So basically, you're going to sell options and you're going to receive money for selling those options, right? And you're basically agreeing to buy it when it's low and sell when it's high, which makes sense. Of course, you want to buy when it's low, and of course, you want to sell when it's high. So that's why this is a really good beginner thing. So with my daughter, I'd probably be doing this with her and teaching her. Okay, well, if you want to buy Jeep, it's currently here. How about you make a promise over here to buy at this price? And then when the stock gets down there, bang, you'll be buying at that price. And you'll be buying 100 stock because options work in $100 lots. So if the current stock is worth $20, multiply that by 100, that equals $2,000. So if she did agree to buy at this price and she bought it, she'd be buying 100 stock, and let's say it was at 20, she'd be paying $2,000 to own it. And then the thing is, once you own it, then you can make a promise to sell. You can get paid money, make a promise to sell if it gets to there. So the stock goes like this, like this, like this, like this. Now, let's say the stock does not get to that promise. Well, guess what? She gets to keep the money from the promise she made, which might have been, let's say, $50. And she can make another promise again. She can say, all right, I promise to sell it here. And so she got $50 here. She can get another 50, roughly, I'm just talking rough numbers here. And then the stock goes like this, and it still doesn't reach that price. She collected another $50. So her account now has gone to $100 profit, right? Not counting the up and down of the stock. Okay, so we're not looking at that just yet. But it won't really matter the up and down of the stock if you're planning to own it. What matters is the extra money you're collecting from owning the stock. So let's say she makes a promise here to sell it, and the stock price shoots up there. So she will then sell it. Now let's say it's at $30. Well, this is good, isn't it? Because she got $50 for making the promise. So now she's up to $150 in promises, but she's also agreeing to sell it at 30 and she bought it at 20. So she's making $10 on the difference, right? Now 10 times 100 equals $1,000. So she's made $1,000. So now instead of the 2,000 she started off with, she's now got plus the $1,000 she made on the rise, plus the 150 on the premiums she sold. So now she's up 3,150. And so you just keep doing that. And slowly, that's how you can get familiar with the market and work it out. But let's say over here it kept going. She owned it here, and she kept making promises to sell, but the stock kept going down. Well, as the stock keeps going down, she keeps making these promises and just keeps collecting money anyhow. Collects 50 here, 50 there, 50, let's say, 50. Do that long enough, and all those 50s plus, 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 plus end up equaling the money she put in, $2,000. So let's say the stock ends up down at $10 down here. Does she care? No, because as she's been making promises, she's been collecting premiums, and she's gotten back her money. Even if the stock's at $10, that's still $1,000 worth of stock. And if she's collected her money back, the 2 grand, well, she's still up, and she's still up to 3 grand. Do you see? So that's how you can get started for any young kids getting started. I think this is a good way, or a newbie. Just pick a good stock you like, not too expensive because you want to, and then just work on buying $100 lots, 100 unit lots, and selling 100 unit lots. Make promises. So if you own it, you'll be making promises to sell the that 100 unit lot. If you don't own it yet, or if you sold it and you want to own it again, then you'll be making promises to buy. You'll be doing puts, 100 unit lots, and just keep doing that. That's a good way to get going and fiddle with the platform and get to know the platform that you're working on, etc., etc. There you go. Hope that helps.